So we are the Blue Pythons, and we made a Python code generator called Jambia. So I'm Max Garske, and I was our main web designer. This is Jimmy Fischer, and he was our backend developer.
I'm Minerva, and I was the data scientist.
I'm Eric, and I did some of the website developing and the Flask of the project.
My name is Alex, and I was the backend developer.
My name is Aaron, and I was the backend developer too.
My name is Blake, and I was the instructor.
Okay, so as you have seen, our product is called Jambia. So you may be wondering why we chose Jambia. Our team decided to build an AI product that generates Python code according to the user's input. We came to this decision of making a code generator because we know that programming in the Python language can be sometimes difficult, especially for beginners. This product can show aspiring programmers examples of working code and give them inspiration for future products. We chose to name our product Jambia because everyone on our team contributed to our project and worked hard. We thought everyone should be part of the name too and have it be something we all shared. We put together the first letter of each of our names into an acronym. So some other things to note are, according to research, it takes about 2 to 6 months to learn the Python fundamentals. So with Jambia, we hope to make Python easier and more engaging. It can be helpful for beginners getting their feet wet and even a useful tool for professionals who hope to get better at debugging.
We used two different data sets for our project. The first data set was called the 150K Python dataset from the SRI lab. This dataset was very large and had a wide range of different Python code. It was a set of nested folders with Python code in separate PY files. There were about 150,000 pieces of Python code, which was about 88 megabytes in total. Using the regular expression module in Python, we cleaned the dataset by removing the doc strings and comments which were unnecessary. Then we concatenated the separate files into a single text file. We took a smaller sample of the dataset because it was too large. However, the dataset contains too much object-oriented programming, and the AI trained on it produced only classes and did not output good results. So because of that, we added the second dataset. It was called the English Python data.txt, and it was rather small, only about 1.1 megabytes, but it had good quality Python code and was already a text file. We removed the comments and doc strings with the same functions we had written for the other dataset. Then we combined the two datasets to create a single usable text file that could be used to train our model.
When it came time to training our model, we chose the GPT-NEO model because it is known to generally get good results. Also, we were restrained by the amount of RAM that Google Colab allowed us to use, so we could only use a smaller model. The first time we trained the model, we used the first dataset, which was very large but not the best quality. We started off with the standard parameters, and after seeing the results, we trained the model the second time with a better processed dataset and different parameters that gave us more usable results. For example, we increased the number of steps, but we were unable to increase the batch size because of limited memory.
We tested our AI code generator by manually entering different prompts in Google Colab. Based on the results, we processed the data again and added more data. We found the better quality data set previously mentioned as the second data set, though it had less in quantity, and cleaned it, adding it to the original data set. Then we trained the AI and reevaluated. We used AutoPep8 as a Python linter, which helped format the code. We created the website using Bootstrap and revised it in HTML code. More features were added, such as Prism.js, which highlighted the output according to Python syntax, a working copy button, and a dark mode toggle. Collaborating on Repa and then on CodeCalc, we made the front end of our product.
Using Flask, the website and the AI parts of our project will merge together. This is where we are now. In the future, we plan to add a Python compiler so the user is able to run the code in the website without requiring them to copy the code and find a compiler on their own. We will allow the dark mode to be saved automatically to the system, so the user only needs to change modes once instead of every time the website's reloaded. Our plan is to test out more autocorrectors. We want the code to run every time, so we need a better corrector to adjust the output of the code. With additional time, a good idea would be to clean the dataset more by removing all the code that had the potential to cause errors, so the model will train off of only functioning code which will reduce the amount of mistakes and errors.
Now we're going to do a demo of our project or product. So we have this examples button, which when you hover it over it, you have a drop down. So as you can see, when you click on these, it goes into the text prompt. You can do all of these. We also have two hyperparameters. You can change the temperature and the length. I'll set it to 0.7 for temperature and 250 for the length. And now I'll ask the audience for a prompt that you guys want to enter. Let's see. I see print and while true. We'll do while true. So when you enter it, you click generate, a little generate or loader pops up. It takes a while. That's a problem we couldn't figure out, but it was expected. And when it generates, you can see how we were telling about the Python JS, or not Python, the Prism JS, and it is color coded. And you can also edit the code. So how I just put in a bunch of random letters and the copy button. So when you copy it, it will copy to your clipboard. And finally, my personal favorite feature is the dark mode, which is this toggle up here. When you click it, the website goes into this dark mode theme, which is pretty cool. And we did this by making a separate CSS file and changing the code to make it like fit with the dark mode. And that was our product. Hope you enjoyed listening, and we're looking forward to your feedback.